Coming to you live from the JRE Tobacco Aladino Mobile Studios, it's the Cigar Pulpit.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm the Bishop of the Bird, Nick, and today I'm joined once again. This is like a record here. So close.
It's your girl, Pinky.
She's back. She's back.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Or maybe she never left. I don't know. You know I'm banking up episodes for my Pulpit Fest trip. So, maybe, just maybe, through the magic of podcasting, weeks later, she's back.
Here
I don't
we
know.
go.
Never know. Anyway, so today, it's Smoker's Choice.
Yep.
Because I had a cigar picked out for us, but
I said no thanks.
she opted for something else, and so I'm like, all right, that's
well,
fine.
it's based on what you told me in the last episode.
It's true. So
I blame you.
It's my fault. So today I will be smoking. Let me bring up my notes here so that oh god, that's wrong. Oh my gosh, there we go. Bringing up the wrong screen here. So I will be smoking the last of my box of JFR Lunatic Hombre Libre. So this is a 6x54 Toro with a Cuban seed Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, and filler. And Pinky, she will be smoking the
Deadwood Dominicana.
Yes, which was the Drew Estate Freestyle Live pack from April of this year, which if you recall the last time I had Pinky on the show, I said that I smoked one of those, didn't know what it was, and it gave me diabetes.
It was way too.
It was really sweet on the cap.
But you gave me this box.
Yes.
And you gave me the other cigar, and I was like,
did.
no, I want to try, because you had said that it was sweet. That's right up my alley. So I said, I want to try it, not knowing what it was. So
Yes.
I, took the wrapper off. I'm getting ready to cut it. And you go, oh, hey, I can look it up.
I can look it up and see
so
what
we
it
can,
is.
And then when you said that, I was like, oh, stop it. Like, it's meant to be, because this is what you've been buying me lately,
Yes.
the Deadwood Dominicana. And it's one I smoked last week. And I was like, and I'm out of them. I'm like, oh, this was so good.
Well, now you have,
there's like 2 more in
there
here
were
plus this one.
I would say there were like 3
Yeah.
of them in that box. I smoked one. There should have been
This
3
is
of them in
perfect.
the box.
Meant
so
to be.
There you go. So anyway, so it's time to cut the cigar, and the official cutting is brought to you by 2guyscigars.com. That's the number 2guyscigars.com. 2 Guys have been around for 40 years, and they are the trusted name in the cigar industry. Everybody knows 2 Guys, but if you don't, please give them a try. You won't be sorry. Family owned and operated, 2guyscigars.com does the very best to provide a great selection, fair prices, and excellent customer service. So please go to 2guyscigars.com for your next cigar purchase. Tell them that the Cigar Pulpit sent you. And remember, that's the number 2guyscigars.com. And with that, it's time to go ahead and cut the cigar. Ooh, that was a good cut.
That was a good cut.
That was a good one. I like it when it comes together like that,
Just pops.
Sometimes it's weak, but other times it's like right there. That's what she said. Anyway.
Oh, my.
So, all right, well,
You gotta you gotta unwrap that.
I
And
gotta take the gold off. It's like, that's the nice thing. It's got the little foldy things there at the end. You just grab a little point and just slide it off.
That is nice.
It's nice. It's nice.
Then you gotta cut it and do your little.
I'll tell you, this cigar, I bought a box of these things. And the box was, you got like 28? I don't remember how many cigars. It was a number of cigars in the box. It was like 28, I think, in the box. And it was only like $212 for the box. So, like, when you break down the math on it, like, it was a
Good value.
some $10 cigar. This cigar smokes so wonderfully.
Yeah.
I mean, since I got it, I have burned through. Well, I burned through all of them.
All of
This
them.
is
That's
the
your
last
last.
one.
That's it.
And holy shit, I need to get another box. I am in need of another box.
But also, you must really enjoy it.
I do.
Because it's pretty rare, I feel like, for you to.
It became one of my daily smokers,
Oh.
and in some cases, multiple times a day smokers. So, yeah. So Terrence, I like this one.
Good job.
Yeah, good job, Terrence. It's the greatest day of the rest of your life. Or the greatest day of your life. That's what it is. That's what Terrence always. Anytime you see Terrence Riley of Aganorsa Leaf, it's always like, how you doing? Greatest day of your life.
Of your life.
Or his life, whatever.
Oh,
it's always
yeah,
greatest day
okay.
of my life, whatever.
Aw.
It's always the
I like
greatest day
that.
of your
I
life.
like that attitude.
Yeah, so, no matter what's going on, it's the greatest day of your life. So
I like being around people like that.
he's a very happy guy.
Yeah.
He was not happy the last time I saw him because, which was admittedly back in September, That was when his son told him that he didn't like khakis. And if you know Terrence, he wears a lot of khakis.
Oh.
And that was the thing.
That felt like a gut punch,
It
huh?
did. It did. I told him, I said, look, man, he's in that rebellious stage. He'll come around. It'll be fine. Let him wear his jeans for now, and eventually he'll come around.
Or you can be like my kid.
He'll be back to khakis.
I don't know the last time he wore structured pants. It's athletic pants, athletic shorts.
I mean, I get that. You want to be kind of free and breezy and kind of just do your thing and whatever else.
Sure.
I mean,
Structured pants are, maybe.
And look, just wait until he's like in his mid-40s and suddenly he's gotta go take a piss and it's like, one of those things where time is of the essence. You don't want to mess with a zipper and a fly and all that, It'd be nice to just be able to just be like, boop, going.
I'll take your word on it.
Hey, prostate health is a bitch. Let's put it that way, Last episode you were on talking about perimenopause. Let me tell you, there's plenty of things that they don't tell guys when they're approaching their 40s too.
Yeah.
One of which being, hey, it's going to get a little weaker. So when you feel the urge to pee, get to the bathroom.
Is that what they tell you?
No, they don't. That's what I'm saying. They need to tell you that.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's a thing.
Because they tell women don't pee too often because then you train your bladder that you're not capable of holding it. So then they're like, you got to hold.
That sounds fucking dangerous.
I know. Where do we go with healthcare?
I mean, isn't that how you get kidney issues? Is not peeing regularly?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. All right. Well, it's time to light the cigar.
These people are like, what do we sign up for today?
Look, you know what?
Sounds terrible.
It's random. This is where this is going to go. So, all right. Let's light the cigar and hear the greatest commercial you've ever heard.
Some say cigars are all the same. It's just not true. It's you I have to blame.
Well, I don't know, 'cause what I know, there is a cigar called Aladino Corojo.
Aladino Corojo. Aladino Corojo. They say authentic, so we're not confused, while the others say it's a word that's just abused.
I guess that's so, they can't compete. At least I'm sure Aladino can't be beat.
Corojo. Aladino Corojo. Aladino Corojo. Aladino Cigars uses authentic Corojo tobacco from JRE Tobacco. This is the greatest commercial you ever heard. Yeah.
My cleaners have arrived.
I see that.
Yeah. I just realized I didn't leave a checkout for them, so I need to
Oh.
before we need to finish before they're done, or I may have to take a break and leave you in charge of the show.
Let's plan on that.
Oh God!
You won't know what new segment you have until you go back to produce this.
I go and fuck. I go and edit this thing, and I'm like, what was this? It's like
Alone time with Pinky. Oh no, that did not come out.
Hey, what did we learn last episode?
Oh, geez.
You were in the industry.
I was not. I was in no industry.
Oh my gosh! So.
I am so glad this was the stick you gave me. Oh, it's so good.
Well, good. I'm glad.
So
I'm glad
good.
you're happy with it.
I'm so glad.
Look, I don't mind a sweet tip cigar every once in a while. Just as something different to break up the monotony of it and everything. But I don't like being surprised by it. And I didn't know that's what that was until it was. And I was like, oh, shit, There we go. There was another cigar, actually, that came out recently that I have heard some complaints about for that very reason. And admittedly, I'm going to say this. I'm not picking on it because I have not smoked it yet, so I don't know if it's any good or not. But the Outcast came out from Miami Tobacco and Company. And I like a lot of their stuff. So, again, I'm not picking on the cigar. But I will say, in the marketing for that cigar, at no point did it ever bring up a sweet tip cap. And when I was at the trade show in New Orleans, I talked to some folks about that cigar. And again, in the conversations, never brought up about a sweet tip on it or anything like that. And it was just kind of one of those weird little things. And then when it came out, consumers started buying it. And that's when I started seeing stuff on Instagram and the various socials about, having a sweet tip.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some folks were a little upset that that piece of information was kept from them.
I could see that.
Look, cigar smokers have opinions about that stuff. And I think if you're going to do that, you need to be upfront about it.
Be transparent, correct, yeah.
Do
you think it was obviously it was intentional that they didn't?
I don't know. I can't think of a reason why a company would hold that back.
That's a surprise in sort of a negative way. So why would you want your customer to have that experience?
Yeah, and that's the thing is I think it resulted in kind of a little bit of a backlash for that cigar. And I think that's unfortunate, but it obviously went down that way. So, whatever. But I don't know. It's only been out for a little bit, so we'll see. It's not. I'll never know if it's doing well. I guess I'll know if A, nobody's carrying it, and B, it disappears as quickly as it showed up. Then I'll know that it was a failed experiment. But again, I don't want to shit on it, and I like the folks at Miami Cigar and Company. I just
they just made some interesting decisions.
It's just an observation.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just an interesting decision to put out a sweet tip cigar, promote it, and not mention it. Mm-hmm. So, whatever. So, yeah. Anyway, so you and I had something we were going to talk about.
I don't remember.
And neither one of us can fucking remember it now. And that's kind of the problem. Is now we're sitting here staring at one another going like, what the fuck are we talking about? So, yeah. I don't know.
I don't feel like it was
is riveting.
Cigar related.
No, I don't either.
We were talking about big life decisions.
Oh God. I don't know what kind of life decisions we want to be talking about. Did you ever end up in the basement?
No. And I'm not happy about it.
Well,
I need to rephrase that. We did not move our bed to the basement, but 2 to 3 nights a week.
What's stopping you from doing that?
Well, I do it by default some nights because I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and once I'm awake, if I can't get back to sleep, I immediately go to the basement because then I start realizing how warm I am. Even though it's generally cooler in our room, it's not as cool as the basement. So, nope, nope.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, you're going to have to just...
I even asked Javier, I was like, what if I put out an Instagram poll? Because I don't know if listeners know this, but if I want something, for example, my husband used to only have a goatee, and I wanted him to grow a beard.
Okay.
And so I just put out on Instagram something about, doesn't Javier look really nice with a beard? And he didn't have a beard yet. And so he's like, is that your way of telling me? I'm like, yes. And then he grew a beard. So I said, maybe I'll just poll my Instagram followers. And he was like, absolutely not. That's not going to work this time. I'm like, okay, I tried. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a subtle manipulation tactic. I'll give you that.
I don't try to be manipulative. I just...
Well, it's not... it is manipulation.
It is manipulative.
But, it's just... I don't know.
That's a playful manipulation. Is that a thing?
Look. As long as I guess it's not harmful.
And I was right. He's had it for like 8 years. So...
The beard?
The beard. So his hairstyle years ago, I thought his Nana was going to kill me. She was like, why would you grow your hair out and blah, blah, blah. And he's had the hairstyle ever since.
Maybe this is me being just totally inobservant. I don't remember him having a beard, but on the flip side, now that I'm thinking about it, I also don't remember him being clean shaven. So I guess
he was never clean shaven. He either had a goatee.
Okay.
He grew the goatee in college, which his Nana also was not a fan of.
Huh.
But he's got a baby face. He looks so young.
Yeah.
That if he were to ever accidentally, I had a friend recently that meant to shave and he jacked it up, so then he had to just go clean shaven.
That's a big fear of mine.
He looks
That's a giant fear
different.
of mine.
And so my husband's very concerned that if he ever did that, he
Yeah.
would not be taken seriously. 'Cause
Well,
he's
no,
got
I mean, I get
he got a
that.
little baby face. He's
Okay.
cute. He's cute.
I that is a fear of mine. So I've been going to sports clips. This is not a commercial for sports clips, I promise. I'm not shitting on them though either. But I will say, like, sometimes the beard aspect of it leaves a little to be desired. So like,
Oh, do you have him like trim it up?
so the
Oh.
first time I went, man, that lady, she's taking the scissors, she's treating it like the top of my head.
Okay.
She's not just like whatever. The next time I go, they just throw a guard on the freaking trimmer and then, and it's like, I don't want that. I want it to be like a proper like beard trimming, you know. So this last time I went, I actually said that, and she did it, but she didn't do it perfectly. Like for those of you in the video, you know, I get this like little patch like right here that's just a little long, and like it'll start like poking out weird and everything. I don't like that. The other thing I will say, I'm getting very self-conscious about my beard because, you know, I have the red, but then there's plenty of gray that's crept into it as well. I don't mind the gray. I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh my God, I'm going gray. What's wrong? It's like it happens.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like I don't have any issue, whatever. What I have an issue with is that in photos and various other things, it looks like my beard is patchy as hell because sometimes you see the red, but you can't see the gray. So it looks like I have a very patchy, shitty beard, when in reality, I have a decent beard. It's just that, like, you know,
it's the way the light's hitting it.
It's the way the light
yeah.
hits, precisely.
Now that you talk about that patch, I can't unsee it. Like,
Right?
It's like fluffy over here.
Welcome to my world,
Dang
especially staring at a camera where I'm looking and I'm going, right there.
Yeah, I see it
right
now.
There. My freaking beard looks like
And you
shit.
don't feel comfortable trimming that up?
I just haven't done it yet.
Oh.
I mean,
You could.
Well, I did. Like, after I got back from sports clips and I showered and done everything up and everything, I was like, she left this way too long.
Yeah.
And so I did trim, but I need to trim it up again. But it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So this is riveting. Riveting.
These listeners are so glad that they tuned in today.
You know, so speaking of that, I have a new product that tea tree.
like tea tree oil?
I'm in love with that shit.
For-
It smells so nice for like my hair and my beard and
Yeah.
everything. Like I get the little like tea tree
The
like
tincture?
the lotion or whatever it
Oh.
is that you put in the beard. Oh my gosh, it makes my face smell all tingly and minty and nice and everything. I'm like, this is awesome. But that shit's expensive as hell.
How'd you discover it?
The or sports clips,
Oh.
they put it on.
Oh.
They tried to get me to buy the big liter fucking bottle from them, and I'm like, how much
Yeah.
is this? And I'm thinking, that's a big bottle. It's like, I bet, maybe $20. No. $20 would have been nice. I would have paid $20 for that big ass bottle. You know how much that bottle was?
50.
$60.
Wow.
$60. Now, maybe there's some people listening to this that are like, oh, Nick, you're so uninformed. But, yeah, I'm not the kind of guy that's dropping $60 on freaking, like, products for myself.
Well,
I
and
mean,
I
like,
think people...
I like the Suave for Men shampoo because it smells like Dreamsicle, okay?
I think people expect when they go to a traditional salon, right, where you've got to have a reservation and the cut itself is more expensive. I think they expect to pay $60 to $70 for product there. I'm not convinced that people go into Sport Clips.
Do you have any idea how much I spend at Sports Clips to get a haircut and a beard trim? Granted, I do the like special MVP
Of
one.
course you do.
Where,
Yes,
where,
you do.
Well, they wash your hair, which is nice. They do that after the cut, which is also very nice because if there is one thing that will trigger the shit out of me, it's leaving somewhere with that feeling of loose cut hair all over like my neck and whatnot. I immediately have to go home and shower because I cannot stand the feeling of like hair like in my clothes and on my skin. I hate that. Itchy and tingly. I hate that so much.
So how much are you paying?
You get the hair, you get that, you get the hot towel, and you get
The hot towel on what?
on your face. They put the hot towel on your face. and then they have a massage gun, so they hit your neck and shoulders with the massage gun. Yep. Now, granted, I have one in there too, so I can do that myself. But whatever. But yeah, no, all of that after tip is like $50,
Wow.
which for me is a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, that feels like a lot for a dude's haircut.
But also, you chose it.
I did. But on the flip side, fucking great clips where, let's be real, it's a flip of a coin if you're walking out of there looking like got a good haircut, or you're walking out like fucking like a freak.
Edward Scissorhands.
It's like, okay, I'm going to look like a freak for 2 weeks until this grows out. Great clips. It's like, let's bring somebody off the street, give them scissors, and let them fucking cut hair.
And massage your neck.
That's sports clips. Although, let's be real, some of the women I've seen at fucking sports clips, I've seen at a great clips before. So, like, they graduated up, I guess. I don't know. But
wait, is there a tiered status level on these places?
Fuck if I know.
I cut my family's hair, so I don't know. We haven't been to
maybe.
I don't know. Wow.
But I don't know. I've got somebody telling me I just need to find a barber shop, and I'm just like, you have any idea how hard it is to find a legitimate men's barber these days?
No, there's 2 in our downtown area that
I know
are
of
highly
one
recommended.
in your downtown area. I don't know the other one.
Mm-hmm. They just opened.
Okay. But are they super busy?
I can't answer that question. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Because that's the other thing. I don't make appointments for my fucking hair. I wake up one day and I'm like, I need a haircut. And then I just go.
Yeah.
And that's on me, I guess.
See, I have mine up.
Yeah.
If I were to take it down, I mean, it's very long. I can't stand it. I need to get it.
Well, I mean,
I might Britney Spears this. Like, I'm that over my hair.
Oh my gosh.
I hate my hair. I don't hate it. It's a lot of work.
Again.
And clearly I didn't put that effort in today, so you're welcome.
This is what I deserve, I guess. So, yeah.
Now.
I give her cigars and, whatever.
Hey now.
And I get the hair up, whatever. And no, I'm joking. But no, it's a whole thing. And, I don't know.
I didn't even know that Sports Clip offered a
Oh yeah.
warm towel
and massage
gun.
I'm telling you, wow, it's nice.
I need to get out
It's
more.
nice to feel pampered for a moment.
I believe that.
Guys don't pamper themselves nearly as much as they should. I mean, I've been saying for years, I'm a big proponent of the pedicures.
Oh yeah, yes, I agree.
I mean, any dude that's not getting a pedicure or thinking less of guys that do, you're totally wrong. You're
correct.
Way wrong.
Yes.
Like, just do it. And yes, the little Asian women are going to sit there and chatter amongst themselves, and you're going to feel uncomfortable because you think they're laughing at your feet. And they very well may be. But you know what? You don't know what they're fucking saying. So who cares?
You don't care because you are in pedicure bliss.
Well, see, here's the thing. I am for about 80% of it.
Okay.
But then they get to the part with the scraper.
Oh, I don't get scraped.
And here's the thing about the part with the scraper. It doesn't hurt. It tickles. I have extraordinarily ticklish feet. And it tickles. And so I have to hold my leg like at the knee so that I don't like
kick them
in the face as they're doing it. Because it's like almost like an involuntary reflex when it happens too. And it's unsettling. So.
I lotion my feet at night. Actually, I use a magnesium butter. So my feet don't get the... Are you talking about the shaving that they do? Yeah, they don't shave mine because there's nothing to shave off. But they do take a little pumice stone and they put some stuff on it. And that that tickles.
Magnesium butter. Oh. How much does that fucking cost?
That's a good question. I think it's like $30 for this small jar.
Oh, God.
But here's the thing. So my boss recommended it.
Yeah.
And, I'm going through the change, so I'm trying to find ways to get to sleep and stay asleep.
Well, you do talk about the perimenopause a lot, don't you?
When it affects literally everything, it's hard not to.
I'm amused.
It works really well. My husband has his own bottle. After I let him try it a couple times, he's like, "Ooh, this is," and you just use not even a dime size.
Do you?
So a dabble do you?
Okay.
So I'll text you the link to that. But it's everybody in our office uses it, and it works wonders.
Okay.
So
everybody in the office. Everybody. I'll be damned.
My boss mentioned it, and literally at lunch one day, we all sat there and ordered it.
Magnesium butter.
What
is the benefit of the magnesium?
So the magnesium is an element, and it's called the mellow mineral.
Okay.
And so it is very calming to your body.
Okay.
But there's when you ingest it, there's different kinds. So you don't want to take like sulfide or oxide. If it ends in "ide," it's got a terrible absorption rate, and it's not gonna do what it needs to do. But magnesium it used to be really abundant in the food source because it was in the ground, right? But now the way we farm and the way we soil and stuff, like it's lost.
It's gone.
It's gone. It's just not there.
My God.
And it's very good for like mental health, for cardiac health, because it calms you down. So when women go into preterm labor and you go to the hospital, the way they stop it is by giving you magnesium. They give you they give you IV, but it stops your contractions because they don't want you to deliver. So so it's very, very calming. But if you take it orally, you run the risk because your bowels will tell you when you've had too much because it's a relaxant.
I don't take anything orally.
So oh,
I like gummies. If I could get all of my medication in gummy form, I would be 100% on board. Like I take
that's the truth.
So I take melatonin at night to help sleep. And those are gummies. And then I've started taking probiotics.
Yeah.
And those are in gummy form. And if I could take everything in gummy form, I'm such a child. I'd be fine.
But there's a reason it works. Like my dad used to say, pills don't work in the bottle. So if they can do something that reduces any barriers for you not to take it, so put it in a gummy. The gummies tend to be a little more expensive, I think, though.
I don't care. I'm much more likely to consume that, especially if it tastes all right.
Yeah.
Like the little probiotic ones, those are raspberry flavored. So I'm like, I'm fine with that.
Is that the Ollie ones that are in your bathroom?
No, those are my one-a-days.
Oh. Those are also gummies?
Those are also gummies. Okay. Yes. No, those are my like multivitamin things. Yes, those are also gummies. I told you if I could get it in gummy form, I'm gonna take it in gummy form.
And then there's gummies.
Gummy gummies.
Like the weed gummies.
Oh, I don't do those.
Yeah, same.
No.
Yeah.
That fuck with my system.
So that's the thing. We live in Illinois where it's recreationally legal.
Did you know? Here's a little fun fact for you. Fun fact for Pinky. Which, by the way, I am getting her to record a whole bunch of those before she leaves. So we will have the return
They're
to
coming
Pinky's
back.
fun fact at some point. I saw a report talking about state taxes on weed. Illinois, of all the states that have legalized it, we're the second highest in the union.
For what we tax?
For our weed tax.
Totally believe
Missouri, which is 15 minutes that way, is, I'm wanting to say like second lowest.
Wow.
So these surrounding states around Illinois have figured it out. Put something out that the people want, figure out what Illinois taxes it at,
and then tax it less.
Slash that tax significantly, and people will come to those.
Yep.
The only people that get screwed are the people that live in the middle of Illinois.
I don't know if it's still the case, but when Illinois approved recreational marijuana, it was also the first state to approve it through the legislature and not through a ballot referendum. So the people didn't decide, the politicians decided.
Well, yeah.
That they wanted to have it.
And they bring in so much money off of it.
In the state, yeah.
It's insane. Despite the fact that people around here jump in the river to go to Missouri. I mean, it's absolutely insane. And I'll be honest, that whole industry, we're pivoting, I think. We've pivoted away from beauty products now. But I got a fucking postcard in the mail from the dispensary that's over here that used to be the Babies R Us, where I bought my kid's crib / now his bed because the crib converted to a full-size bed. Yeah, the Babies R Us, where I got all my baby shit, is now a dispensary, which blows my mind. But they sent like a mass mailer with coupons and shit.
Wow. To like all the residents or whatever?
Well, I don't know how the fuck they got my name.
Oh, okay.
So like it had to be.
That's so interesting. I didn't know that direct to consumer was allowed. They've got so many restrictions.
It happened.
Like
I said, there is no way they would have. No, there is no way.
So that dispensary.
I know I'm not on their list. Let's put it that way.
It's called Ascend.
Yep.
And you can see it from the interstate. And we were driving to baseball. This is probably 2 or 3 years ago. And my kid points to it and goes, "Is that a trampoline park?" And without missing a beat, Javier says, "I mean, you can get high there, but no, it's not. It's not a trampoline park."
No, it is not. Oh yeah, no. These places have interesting names. Between Beyond Hello, that's the one that's down by the Gateway Grizzlies Park. Beyond Hello.
Beyond Hello.
Beyond Hello.
What does that mean?
No idea. No clue on earth. I mean,
They were probably high when they came up with that
it's
name.
very possible.
They're like, let's test.
I hear they have the best prices in the area.
Oh, really?
That's what I've been told.
Huh.
Again, that is not my jam.
Yeah,
Like,
same.
I'm not going to lie and say I haven't tried it. I've tried gummies once,
I will.
and they made me horribly ill.
I will say
Horribly ill.
it is very. I mean, because it's legal. I suppose it's so commonplace now. So like.
Tell me about it. As somebody in the dating world and everything.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Oh, my God.
Okay.
No. Let me tell you. Like, it is very common these days. Much more so than you would think.
And that's what surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's legal, so it's not like a shock event, like, ooh, you got, on the DL. No. It's like people literally just in
And
public.
they're very open about it.
That's what I'm saying. They're
Very
just,
open.
oh, take it to get to sleep at night. I take
And-
a something or other, and that's all she
mean,
wrote.
But they'll even do it in public. Like, you see these people vaping and stuff.
Oh, it's in the vape?
It's in the vape. Like, 9 times out of 10, like, they're not tobacco vaping or whatever.
What?
It's like, oh, yeah. Yeah.
Does it smell like it?
No, it's just vapor.
Oh.
But, yeah. No, trust me. I've been out with people where it's like they're vaping.
Wow.
And right there in open public, they don't give two shits. And you wouldn't know,
That's crazy.
but they're just getting a little hit, right there.
Wow.
Living life. So, I know.
It is a different world.
It is. And I'll admit, I was never like when I was seeing those folks, I was not a fan, but, and this is maybe my own insecurity to a degree, I didn't make a thing out of it because of the cigars. It was one of those things where it's like, well, I have my vice, you have your vice. I'm not going to say anything about yours because I don't want you to say anything about mine.
Gotcha. And
that was just one of those kind of things. And I'm not, it's just not my thing. I'm not as tolerant. And to be honest, some people were doing it and you would never know. It wasn't an issue. It was no big thing. There were a few people that it was like, okay, this is dominating your life. It's way too much.
Like they've made it their identity, kind of.
It's all they fucking do. When they're not at work, they're just getting, in one case, criminally stoned, and it's like, okay, this is way too much. And then there was one gal that I was seeing for a little bit, and my God, the amount of money.
Really?
Oh, my God.
Wow.
The amount of money she was blowing on that. And I'm just like, you're literally, I mean, again.
Lighting up dollar bills.
Again, they could say the same thing about me. But the big difference is.
Well, that's true.
I have a podcast where I'm getting samples sent to me and whatever else. They didn't. And they were actually straight up buying it. And also, I try to buy in the like $8 to $12 price point for my Vice. And I'm getting an hour out of it or whatever, and hour and a half. But like, let me tell you, you're not getting much for $8 to $12 at one of these dispensaries.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's expensive. So I don't know. It's a very and also like again, I felt like shit. Like I didn't have any fun at all with the one time with the gum. It was like.
Does it affect people that differently,
like shit.
or do other people feel that same way? But that's how they want to feel.
Well, so from what I've read, I didn't do a lot of research, just a little bit, because I wanted to know if like there was something wrong with me. But the long and short was there are some people that THC affects in a very negative way, and they just can't process it. And
so you think maybe you're one of those?
I'm going to assume I am.
Yeah.
I don't know if I am or not, but I'm sure as hell not going to take it again to try.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. I'm not interested.
Same.
It's just, it doesn't fascinate me, and it tasted like shit. Like there's a gummy that I don't fucking like.
Yeah.
Because it tasted like shit.
Like, I'll take my one a day. Thank you very much.
Yes. That tastes like blueberries and whatever else. And whatever, my probiotic, raspberries. And
I think that's why, I mean, we've
Tastes like
talked about this a lot with
snozberries,
the cigars, is the relaxing atmosphere. It's not that cigars themselves relax me, but it's the whole environment around. Like, look, we're sitting outside in the garage and it's a beautiful day outside.
Exactly.
And if I didn't have this, then, I probably wouldn't be doing something enjoyable.
Precisely.
And so, yeah, I get it.
It's like, it just adds to it. Whereas that, I don't know. Again, to each their own.
Yep.
Is what it really boils down to. Like, if people are into that, then fine. But, like, it's just one of those things that I don't like.
Not my thing.
And it's not my thing. And I don't, but like I said, I do kind of have problems questioning. I have my private questions and my private opinions that I've just aired out to a lot of people. But at the same time, like, I'm not going to, like, jump down anybody's throat for doing it because, again, I have my vice. And I spend my money how I want to spend my money. I just find it fascinating that people would spend that kind of money on that. And then in turn, but then I guess in turn, if they don't live next to a state like we do, where you can save a lot of money by driving 20 minutes, one way to get. And those dispensaries are super close to the borders.
Of course they are.
So, like, you can easily.
That was done with intention. I
mean, shit, I'm already going to Missouri for gas, and I'm going to Missouri for tobacco.
Music concerts.
Yeah, well, and I'll tell you, so, like, okay, that concert, you can smoke cigars there. You can't do it in the seating area or the lawn.
Oh.
But, like, all around, like, where the food stands and all that, like, you can smoke cigars there. But you know what they don't allow? Marijuana. The drive-in. I can take cigars to the drive-in all day long. They don't allow marijuana. Now, that I can understand because they don't want people getting high and then driving.
Yeah.
Which, that's a whole nother argument about that whole thing. But that's neither here nor there. But, yeah, but, like, that's the thing. I can take my cigars to the concert if I wish. So, oh, yeah. We can get into that in the Villiger Entertainment Report. Technically, full disclosure, it hasn't happened yet, but it is, it's because we're coming to you from the past. But, holy shit. Yeah, I'm about to go to the whitest white guy concert ever. Because, whatever. I'll talk about it on a future episode. People will hear the update. Actually, what's probably going to happen is I'm probably going to talk about the concert, and then they're going to eventually get to this episode.
That's what we were going to Google.
What?
Remember the fun fact I told you where there is some, I don't know if it's research or, someone's purporting that recently somebody's saying that gingers.
That's what we were going to talk about.
Google that.
All right. Well, are you?
Yeah.
Why don't you Google it real quick?
Okay.
Well,
see where I got that fun fact.
Yeah, I was going to say, we need to figure out where the. Hang on one second. I am going to go and pay my cleaners while you Google.
I'm going to Google
this.
this.
So I am going to give you the show. And,
oh, Lord. No pressure.
I'm going to say.
Do they take Venmo
Don't
or something?
shake it. Yeah, I guess. Whatever. I'll be right back, folks.
Okay. All right. So it's just me. So I'm going to tell you about the first time that Nick and I met. And you are just not even going to believe it. I'm just kidding. I honestly don't remember the first time Nick and I met. I don't really remember how we met. I'll have to ask him when he gets back to see. So this is what happens. So he'll ask me to come to a show. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I can do that. And then he'll text me immediately. It's like I know the next follow-up text is going to be, do you have any topics we can talk about? Nick, no. I'm coming on the show to relax, to spend some time together, have some good friendship time, get a good cigar in. I'm also not bringing the content. It's just not the game that we're going to play. But I got to Google this really quickly because, Nick being a ginger, I've heard some information recently that I think is really fascinating and interesting. I'm just not sure if it's true. I don't think I got it from ChatGPT, but maybe we'll go there and see what the AI has to say about this topic. I had my nails done recently and they're too long. I can't type very well. Are gingers? This is a lot of pressure. I don't know how Nick does all these episodes by himself. Like I'd have to be a lot more prepared to sit here and record an episode just talking to myself and hope that people want to listen to it. Oh, he's back. People are never going to want like solo Pinky episodes.
All right.
I
so
just rambled and rambled.
what were you rambling about? I heard you talking about the first time we met.
Well, then when you close the door,
I don't even remember that. To be
Okay,
honest.
I disclosed. I don't remember how we even became.
So it's interesting that you mentioned that. Trey Mack and I can't remember how we met either.
Isn't that
We
crazy?
have no fucking idea. It just happened.
It just happened.
Now, I will say, you and I did cross paths like a while before we actually started hanging out.
Was it through the Chamber of Commerce?
I don't know when we started, like, probably the chambers when, like,
Okay.
this part of things kind of connected. But, no, the first time that you and I, our paths would have connected was when I was working with the state of Illinois.
Okay.
There was a seminar put on about the benefits of vitamin D
Oh,
that Mike Huckabee and
Oh, yeah.
LeVar Burton were at.
yeah.
And my boss was invited, and my boss, being my boss, couldn't make it because he
Yeah.
had other things he either had to or wanted to do. And so I went because I was like, by God, I am going to meet LeVar
LeVar
Burton.
Burton. What? He was such a nice guy.
So my funny story there, everybody in the intermission was coming up and saying hi to him, and everybody's talking about Star Trek. I go up to him, and I'm like, sir, I just want to let you know that as a kid, reading Rainbow was such a wonderful thing, and it was so great. And this was right around the time that I think PBS, that it was stopping.
Yeah.
And I said, and I just want to say it was such a shame that I read that, reading Rainbow was going off PBS. He lit up like the
Aw.
Thousand Suns, and we talked forever all about reading Rainbow and everything else and everything. Like, everybody's talking, like I said, everyone's talking Star Trek. And he's like, oh, yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
I
reading
talked
Rainbow's
Reading Rainbow,
where
and
it's
I
that same.
engaged the shit out of him with Reading Rainbow.
Oh,
So,
that's a
yep.
good story.
So there. Through you, I met LeVar Burton.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no. Didn't meet you that night, but, met LeVar
We were
Burton.
both there.
We were both there. So, anyway, so okay.
Okay, so ChatGPT was not helpful in
For what you
this.
were Googling.
Okay, so do we want to go ahead and disclose?
I mean, maybe the parishioners might be able to find the link and provide some sort of sourcing for it.
Okay, so, excuse me. So I do not remember, and I wish I had, how I heard this or when I heard this, but I've heard recently that there are some questions about whether ginger, so people with red hair, are actually part of the black community. Why are you laughing?
Because
Because they're usually like the whitest white people.
yeah.
But when you were talking about your concert, that's what got me. You said, "Oh, this will be the whitest white concert," and I was like, "That's so funny to hear you say
So
that."
I'm Googling, and I guess there are some things on like TikTok and Reddit, and
those are clearly
so
tier 1 level sources.
apparently red hair is prevalent in populations of Northern and Western Europe individuals of African descent. Oh, individuals of African descent can also have red hair, though it's much rarer. But
I really wish I would have just dove into more than just the headline to see,
yeah,
I'd
I'm like to know this because
certain it's something to do. They probably found some like genetic DNA markers that maybe are similar that only people of African American descent and people who are ginger share. And so maybe because if those are the only two communities that have whatever this is, and again, I'm just postulating here.
So here's an article from
Just wondered if you're a brother. That's what I'm
website.
getting at.
I mean, I don't know. There's a website called Medium, and it's an article written by a woman named Toni Crow. The headline: Gingers are black. Welcoming all our red velvet cousins to the cookout. And
This is fantastic.
The article starts: the connection between people with red hair and black individuals is undeniable. In my small collection of close friends, 3 of them are red-headed women. So when social media recently started saying that gingers are black, I did not question it. I do not wish to do the research. I want it to be true. I accepted that all gingers originate from a mutation in black women's genes long ago. I agree. Don't ask for proof. So I have no idea.
Oh, okay. So maybe it's just more of a desire.
I don't know if this is like true or not, but apparently it is a thing being discussed. And, I, for one, would be okay with that.
That would be fantastic.
I mean, think of all the government, like, grants and shit I could apply for at that point.
Or also the sense of community.
Well, yeah.
Because they have such a strong, awesome sense of community.
This is true.
They're like,
But
come on
yeah.
in, Brother Nick.
I mean, I don't use the hard R. I'm just saying.
Nick.
No, that's a horrible thing. I don't do it. That's what I'm saying. I don't do it.
Lord.
I don't say it with the A either because I feel really uncomfortable even with that. But my point is, the hard R is definitely a no-go.
Any of it should be a no-go.
Well, yes. That's what I'm saying. I don't use either or.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No.
Wow, brother. Not at all where I intended this to go.
Well, so okay. So let's go ahead and do this real quick because this will lead into why this came up. It's time for the Villiger Cigars Entertainment Report, brought to you by
Villiger.
Villiger Cigars, one of the leading cigar and cigarello manufacturers in the world, founded in 1888 and still family-owned and operated. Head over to villigercigars.com and check the store locator to find a shop near you that carries them. We guarantee that Villiger Cigars will be a wonderful addition to your humidor and cigar rotation. That makes me the whitest black guy you know.
That's probably true.
It's very true. Very, very true. I want, if I get enough freckles.
Stop. Stop. Don't even entertain that nonsense.
Oh, God. Anyway. So, no, this all came up because I told you that I'm going to a concert this evening. And it is literally the whitest white guy concert ever. Like, this is like the pinnacle of white guy concerts.
Which is funny because I haven't heard of 2/3 of the entertainers.
Yes, you have. You just don't know it. So the headline band is Toto. So you have we're gonna go bless the rains down in Africa with Toto.
Yeah.
My God.
There you go. See, maybe it is.
There's my connection. Okay, but aside from Toto, we have Men at Work.
Which I don't think I've ever heard of.
You have. You just don't know. And I can't play any music from them because then the freaking episode's going to get tagged and it'll be a whole thing.
Let me look it up. Men at Work.
Men at Work. And then the other act is Christopher Cross.
Who I also am not familiar with.
So yacht rock. Big time yacht rock.
Yacht rock.
Big, big yacht rock act. So yeah, no, this is I am going to be the youngest one there. I will definitely not be the whitest one there. I do not have boat shoes to wear to this, and I feel a little bad about that. I feel like I need some sort of loafer, that I can wear. But, it's one of those things that I wish I had somebody to come along with me so that I could be like, Buffy, let's go listen to the Christopher Cross music tonight, okay? It'll be great. We'll have a little Chardonnay, listen to some Christopher Cross about his sailing takes me away and all that. It'll be wonderful.
All right, you literally just proved that gingers are not black.
Hey.
That answered it right there.
I don't have any rhythm. The rhythm's in my soul.
I don't know any of these songs.
The rhythm's in my soul, but I can't express it well
Be
at
Good,
all.
Johnny.
Who are you?
I Googled Men at Work.
Oh, that one, yeah. Do, Johnny.
Down Under? Is
Yes,
that
you know that
come
one.
from the land down
Yes,
under?
exactly. They're
I
Australian.
know like 5 words of that song.
But you know it.
I know of it.
I know
of it.
You know it.
Interesting.
Look, it was a $29 concert ticket on a nice Tuesday evening. So I'm like, fuck
and
it.
you like that was fed to you in your social media.
Instagram ad.
And then you were like, so it worked.
For whatever reason, and I don't know why. Normally, I would have probably scrolled on by and been like, Toto, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But, it was one of those things that, like, the volume was on. Like, I had so instead of, like, muting the videos as they went by, the volume was on.
Gotcha.
And I hear the fucking, the Africa playing, and I'm just like, yeah.
Here's a fun fact.
And I'm like, I wonder how much it is. And
I
then
know
looked,
the
and-
harmony for that song, Africa.
Yeah.
I can sing the harmony. I'm not going to, but I can.
I mean, okay. But, yeah, no. So, no.
That'll be fun.
So, yeah.
Beautiful weather for it. You're going to have
That's
a
what I'm
great
saying.
time.
Tonight's going to be a great night. The last time I saw a show out at Riverport was when I saw Tears for Fears. And that was July of 23? Oh, it was so fucking miserable, hot and humid out that night. I probably lost 5 pounds just sweating my ass off there that night. It was ridiculous. Tonight, It's going to be gorgeous.
The last time I was at Riverport, I'm not a concert person. So
I'm really not either, which is also weird that I did
yeah,
this.
well, that's my point.
There's a lot weird about me doing this.
Well, you say you're not a concert guy. You go to 1 or 2 a year, I feel like.
No.
You've been to the factory several times.
Not lately.
Well, I'm not saying lately, but
I don't know if I went to any concerts last year, to be honest.
So I go maybe 1 every 5 years, maybe.
Oh, I'm more frequently than that, but not
No.
that frequent.
But it was one of the best. It was so entertaining. It was the Chicks.
I don't even know now.
You do. Formerly the Dixie Chicks.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I didn't know they got rid of the Dixie.
Lady Antebellum became Lady A. So they all rebranded.
Okay.
So the Dixie Chicks, this was 3 or 4 years ago. It was post-COVID-ish. And, oh, my God, I didn't realize how I knew pretty much every song that they sang. And it was just so entertaining.
Okay.
We had the lawn seats, a couple beers. It
Yeah,
was
and
great.
lawn seats, they're not, for the price, they're not bad. You can sit out and whatever.
Where are you?
Oh, I got seats.
Oh, seats.
Yeah, I want an actual seat.
Yeah.
'Cause,
But then my husband and I went to Bailey's.
especially because the seat was only $29. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, now granted, I spent more than that because I'm also bougie. So I'm parking at the casino and I'm taking the little shuttle bus over.
Mm-hmm.
That way I don't have to park in the parking lot at Riverport and be trapped in all the traffic for like 8 hours afterwards. Like I did.
And probably pay $40 to park.
Boy, you know, it used to be free, but I think they are charging now for a ticket or for parking. Although to be honest, I paid $30 for this like little shuttle thing. But I also can park right there in the parking lot at the casino. Walk right in, get my little wristband, get on the bus, takes me right up to the front, get out, go in, go to my seat, do the concert, come right out, jump right on the bus. They take you right back to the casino. They have cold bottles of water for you when you get on the bus waiting. So that's kind of nice.
Between this and,
then,
the hot face towel and the neck massage that I learned about with your haircuts, you're a lot bougier than I would have guessed.
I like the finer things in life.
I see that. I see
do.
that.
I like to be pampered.
Have you been to, so we saw Bailey Zimmerman like 2 months ago. Do you know who that is? He's a country. I'm country.
Okay.
I'm just going to say I'm country. I fish.
That's fine.
I drink whiskey and bourbon
Okay.
when I drink. So we saw Bailey Zimmerman. He had 2 opening acts that were both country, but it was they call it St. Louis Music Park. So it's, I can't even tell you where because, I don't know the St. Louis area, but
Yeah, you Google things.
I feel like it's near, it's not is Riverport out in Westport?
Sure.
Like way, way west?
Yeah, it's like on the way to St. Charles, I think.
This one is,
This is so riveting. St. Louis geography, people. Anyway, yeah, no.
but my point is it was a nice music venue that I didn't even know existed. And I feel like it's probably pretty new.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not familiar. I've never heard of it.
It was nice. It was nice.
Factory is not bad for like small shows. I mean, I saw the Cult there. That was nice. And what else did I see? Did I see somebody? Oh, Dusty Slay when he came through and did his comedy. I went to the factory for that.
So my last, that Bailey Zimmerman concert, that was out of character for me because I was actually out of town and rebooked my flight back to get in earlier. I wasn't supposed to land till like 9 o'clock that night.
Yeah.
And then my husband was like, hey, Bailey Zimmerman's coming to St. Louis. I'm like, oh, I really want to see that. Literally a month before I'd been like, if I see a concert, I want it to be Bailey Zimmerman.
Yeah.
So I changed my flight. I flew back earlier. He picked me up at the airport and we went straight to a concert.
Wow.
And I had been up since like 4 that morning. So it was a very, very long day.
That's a lot.
And then we had baseball that weekend. So
of course you did.
It was crazy.
Of course you did.
It was crazy.
Baseball life.
It's done.
It is done. So, anyway, so that I've got that. So again, this might, I will try to update on the concert in a post this episode when I schedule this out. That way, it's not like
we need to report back on the whitest white concert.
I don't want to like throw off the timeline for everybody, like where I'm giving a report on the concert and then I come along in this episode and I'm like, I'm going to a concert, and everyone's like, what?
Same concert.
Okay,
so for my Villiger report, I have been binging the first 48 hours. So I didn't intend to do that, but
similar genre.
Couldn't sleep one. That's true.
Murder.
Couldn't sleep one night. and went down to
And
the basement.
murder was where you settled.
There's a thing about women like calming down and just calming down by watching murder shows. I don't know what that says about us, but
a
that's
lot
a
of
thing.
women
That's a
watch
thing.
true crime shit.
Yes.
Which leads me to my point that in the dating world, it's one of those things that for whatever reason, I've been asked more times in the last 4 years if I'm a serial killer. Now, sometimes I would assume it's a joke. I would hope nobody actually seriously thinks you can ask and somebody would say, "Oh yeah,
Yeah."
whatever." But anyway, now and of course, first dates typically you meet, you drive and meet someplace, and whatever. It's not like I'm picking somebody up at their house or anything like that. But I actually contend that as a male, I have more to worry about than the female in the situation.
That's not true at all.
Let me explain. The vast majority of times that I've gone out with somebody, and it's a first date, that woman has told somebody that she's going out on a date. She's got a friend, a sister, somebody, parent, whatever. And the vast majority of the time, that person is checking up on them throughout the date, texting, whatever. They might have that like tracker live 360 or whatever the hell to where they know where that person is. That person may know my name, might have a photo, might have information about me. Me as a guy, I, on the other hand, tell fucking nobody about anything. I go on a date. Nobody fucking knows that I'm out on a date. Nobody knows shit about who I'm out on the date with. Nobody knows where I'm going, when I'm expected to be home. Nothing. Nobody's checking up on me. Nobody knows anything about it. Dates occur that are one and out dates to where it's like, that's done. I'm never seeing them again. Dates occur and people don't even know that date happened except for me and the person that I went out with, and then obviously whoever they told. So from a security standpoint, I could disappear. Let's say, for argument's sake, let's say I actually did have somebody to go to this concert tonight with. I don't, but let's just hypothetically say I did. And let's say it was the first time I was meeting this person. Nobody would know I'm missing until sometime tomorrow when I don't pick up the newspapers at the printer. I mean,
I just want to say,
and you're watching all these murder shows. How long of a time period a lot can happen in those first, 48 hours. And so, like, if let's say I disappeared, well, there goes, 15 of those right there. And that's assuming it happens tonight with me having something to do tomorrow. Let's say I go out tomorrow night, Wednesday night. Fuck, nobody's going to think to look for me until maybe Friday when an episode doesn't pop up. And that's assuming that I don't get one of these edited and scheduled out to where it auto uploads on Friday. I don't have Max this weekend, so nobody's looking for me there. It could potentially be Wednesday of the following week when I don't pick up the papers before anybody thinks to be like, hey, what happened to Nick?
You are quite literally making my point for me. Because why do you think that women do all those things they do before a date?
Oh, no, I totally understand.
You are statistically safer not telling anybody. You are not likely to get killed. So whether you tell someone you're going or not, whether you show up to a date or not, the odds are in your favor that you are going to survive a date. Because so few men die on first dates.
But my point, though, is all these women that watch this murder porn, they could very easily take me, kill me. Nobody's going to know. And because they've watched so many hours of true crime, they know precisely how to get rid of me to where I will never be found. I'm just saying. I feel as though...
I think you're talking about possibilities instead of probabilities.
I'm just saying.
It is not probable
favor for me
that a man, first of all, is going to get murdered on a first date. Second of all, a man of your size is going to get murdered on a first date. No, I'm serious.
No, it's valid.
It's there, and
it's true. It would. Some of these women, it would take a little bit of effort to drag my corpse away.
a lot of effort. I mean, dragging a 140-pound person away is very hard. According to these murder shows.
And I'm not 140 pounds, so yeah.
So that's my
It's
point.
valid.
You very detailedly laid out what women have to do, and it's because we are much more statistically likely to get injured, harmed, assaulted, or dead on a first
so the
date.
few ladies that are listening to this, because I'm not saying there's none, but to the few, maybe asking the guy, "Are you a serial killer?" is not the way to properly suss out if he's a serial killer.
Please mansplain to me, Nick, how we're supposed to approach a first date.
Look, I'm just saying that is not a proper good way of finding out if somebody. I'm not mansplaining. I'm just saying, like, maybe come up with a more subtle way of finding out. Be like, so let's say you were gonna bury a body. Are you gonna use lime and dirt? Or are you just gonna go all dirt? Just ask some subtle questions versus like, are you a serial killer? Do you have a collection of women's bracelets in your bedroom? Something like that.
Yeah.
Do you like to keep the little snaps off the back of their bras? I don't know. I'm just trying to. So that actually came to me because I saw a video this morning of they are using bra snaps to repair turtle shells, damaged turtle shells.
What?
Apparently turtle shells are part of their skeletal system.
Yeah.
So if a turtle shell gets like cracked, it's like breaking a bone.
Oh.
So what they're doing is they're taking these bra snaps and they're attaching them somehow to the thing, and then they snap the bra snaps to pull the two ends of the turtle shell together so that it can properly heal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kind of like a butterfly stitch.
Precisely. So in this case, if women have like, old bras that they're getting rid of, there's
Save the turtles.
there is somewhere out there that you can send them to harvest the snaps off of them so that they can save turtles and their shells.
Wow.
So there you go. The random shit there's so much random shit in this episode. We talked beauty products. We've talked why I apparently am more of a threat than I realized. And now we're talking about, and how I might be black.
You might be black and or a serial killer.
Well, then at that point, no.
No, you can't be black and a serial killer.
Because, statistically, I'd have to be white to be a serial killer. Because there's not many, if any, black. I mean, I'm sure there are some, but there's not many
they're not
black
likely.
serial killers.
Yeah.
That tends to be the purview of the Caucasian male.
That is a true statement.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
So see, now you're painting the picture of why people ask you. And why at least it's on the forefront of their mind going into...
Well, then maybe I should respond and be like, no, I'm black.
Turns out I'm black.
Turns out I'm black.
You might not believe this, but...
Yeah, gingers are actually black. So, no, I'm not a serial killer. Boy, there's an interesting line of logic that I don't know. I don't need to worry about it, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been watching the first 48 hours to go to sleep.
Okay. All right. Well, fun.
But some of these stories are just... It's crazy. It is bonkers.
Yeah.
Like the one from the other night, a gal called the police because she claims she's clairvoyant. And she saw this gal, Kelly, being murdered.
Okay.
By a guy.
Was Kelly murdered?
Kelly was murdered.
Fuck.
And
so she is clairvoyant.
The clairvoyant knows Kelly and knew exactly where the body was.
Ooh.
And why does she know Kelly? Because Kelly was sleeping with the clairvoyant's husband.
So she's not clairvoyant.
She's not clairvoyant. She's a murderer.
My God.
She's a murderer.
My God.
And she
See, now that strikes me unusual because here's the other thing, and this is also part of my leap of logic about why I'm in more danger. Because I got to thinking about it. It's like, let's just hypothetically say that, like, I am murdered and blah, blah, blah. On the flip side of that, women are much fucking smarter about their shit than men tend to be. Like, I'm going to disappear, and nobody's ever going to fucking hear from me again, and you'll never find me, and that'll be that. Men, we like to fucking send notes to the goddamn newspaper and to the cops with
come
fucking
find me.
ciphers talking about where you can find my victim and come find me, and this is threatening blow up buses of school kids. That's Zodiac Killer, by the way. And all that. And it's like, this shit doesn't, women don't do that shit. They just never talk about it again.
right. And they're more likely to poison. They will poison
That's true.
somebody.
I'm a more slow.
Generally.
Yeah. See, I would also lean towards that because realistically, like, I don't want to get messy.
I can't.
I have a thing about
You don't
like,
want to
that.
get messy. I can't stomach the idea of killing somebody.
I don't want to get. Well, no, I don't want to kill anybody. But my point is, like, if I had to, I don't want to get my hands dirty.
Mm-hmm.
That's that bouginess again.
There you go.
Like, even as a kid, I didn't ever like Play-Doh.
Yeah.
And all that. It's like it's a textural thing. I don't like getting my hands dirty.
There was another one.
Nachos are a whole fucking thing. I'm always looking for that dry edge of the chip.
Yes.
And when I get to the middle where it's like I don't have a dry edge of the chip, that's when the fork comes out because it's like I don't want to get my hands all
I also have a thing
with,
about with nachos and I don't like licking my fingers. It really bothers me when I look over and there's someone like going to town cleaning off their fingers.
Look,
Stop.
This was popular maybe a couple years ago on the socials, and I fully embrace it. The idea of using chopsticks to eat Cheetos.
Oh,
because then you don't get the orange dust all over your fingers that like cakes on there, and then you can't even lick that off. You almost have to like take your finger to the edge of your tooth and like scrape it to get that off, and that's just nasty.
No thanks.
That's nasty.
No thanks. What was the other one? I'm trying to think of the one. There's so few episodes where a woman is the murderer that they stand out.
Of course, putting out the women can't possibly. Of course, then again, there's whole shows on Lifetime where it's like snapped and whatever.
I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm
Yeah.
saying it's less likely.
Just saying.
It's less likely.
It happens.
So a gal offed her boyfriend's mom and then tried to frame her boyfriend for it.
Wow.
And she was mad at, it was her ex-boyfriend, and she was so mad that he wouldn't get back with her that she poisoned his mom.
Huh.
And it seemed very believable that the kid killed his mom because like they had an argument and numerous people had witnessed the argument.
Of shit going on there.
But she bought the whatever she used to poison the chemicals online using
a
prepaid credit card that she purchased. So like they're able to
but then they shipped it somewhere and then you can figure out where it got shipped and who had that,
She shipped it to her ex-boyfriend's employer.
Oh, crafty.
So it looks like he ordered it and he did.
So how did she get a hold of it then?
She asked him for it. She basically was like, "Hey, I had something sent to your work." And he didn't ask any questions about it. And it came to his work, and he hands it over to her, and then she uses that to kill his mom.
Dumbass. All right, parishioners, there's your key.
People are crazy.
If your girlfriend ships something to your work and asks you for it, ask what it is.
Correct.
It could save your mom's life.
But it's almost like, well, it's a gift for you, so you can't open it.
Well, if that's the case, why are you shipping it to my work?
And this is where her story falls apart. She was like, of course he killed his mom. They had a huge argument. He was upset from being cut off from the money, blah, blah, blah. And then the more the cops dug into it, they were like, so we have you on video buying prepaid cards and your cell phone was used to create the email address that this was ultimately used to purchase.
These days, you got to be so.
Okay, so
there's really not a way to get away with so much.
That show wasn't that 48 hours. This one was called Murder in the 21st Century, and it's talking about how it's just so digital.
Yeah, that's the thing with all the technology and everything. You can't get away with shit like that anymore. Yeah, I mean. So many digital fingerprints everywhere.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All right. Well,
and then one of them was like a cop, and he killed, like he was having an affair, and the girlfriend got pregnant, and he killed her by, he strangled her, but then he tried to make it look like a suicide by roping a extension cord around her neck and then hanging that off the car. But then he was the responding officer.
Oh, my God.
And his fingerprints were all over the quote unquote suicide note, but hers weren't. I'm like, you would think this guy clearly wasn't a very good. He was an investigator for 5 years, and he clearly wasn't that good at it if he couldn't pull that off. So that's my Villiger report.
I am going to have such a bitch trying to come up with show notes for this episode. What's this episode about, Nick? Fuck if I know.
Everything but the kitchen sink.
Fuck. You find out I'm a bougie black guy going to a white guy concert. We're talking murder porn over here. It's like, I don't have any idea what's happening.
Just never know.
Nick got up in the middle to go and pay his cleaners. And freaking Pinky just talked about Lord knows what. I'll find that out later.
Yeah, it's very benign. I promise that. It's very benign.
You didn't have to be. You had the ability. You had the opportunity and the ability to just go nuts.
But I'm
a
planner, so if I knew I was going to have a couple minutes of dead air, I needed to come up with something. I would have.
That's true.
And I wasn't afforded that opportunity. Although I did tell the listeners that you texted me and you're like, "Oh, I'm so glad you can be on the show. Can you bring some topics to talk about?"
In all fairness, I did that way back when we first talked about you coming over.
Yeah, but that's not my job. I'm not going to sign up for this and then bring content.
I'm giving you cigars. I don't know what's going on in your life. You might have something interesting that you want to talk about. Maybe.
Well, I did last episode with the hunting wives.
Yeah, that's right. we spent the wad in the last episode. Oh, Lord. Anyway, let's do this now. It's time to fly high with Blackbird Cigars. Blackbird Cigars offers you remarkable quality using the most delicate and finest tobacco to always ensure that you're receiving unsurpassed cigars. Blackbird Cigars strives to give you undoubted repeating flavor for every cigar you smoke and impressive quality so that you can always expect greatness. Check out their website for a full list of stores carrying Blackbird Cigars and give them a test flight. Blackbird Cigars can't clip our wings. Just sitting here spacing out, and it's like, wait a minute, you got to pull up your notes. So, Dr. Jim Withers is a physician in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, who pioneered a movement called street medicine, bringing medical care directly to people experiencing homelessness. In 1992, Dr. Withers started dressing as a homeless person, wearing old clothes and carrying a backpack, and when he went out at night, with a formerly homeless man as a guide. Together, they walked the streets of Pittsburgh, offering free medical care to people who lived under bridges, in alleys, and abandoned buildings. This wasn't about charity alone. It was also about dignity. He treated people with deep respect, often kneeling beside them to listen and care, and no matter how rough their circumstances. What started as one doctor's nighttime mission grew into the Street Medicine Institute, which now supports similar programs in cities all over the United States and around the world. So be like Dr. Jim Withers and Blackbird Cigars, and don't let anybody clip your wings.
Way to go, Dr. Withers.
Right?
I wonder if
that one's not depressing, people.
I wonder if that's the basis for... So we also just recently binged the show The Pit. So it's got...
I haven't watched that yet. I've heard good things, but
so
I haven't
it's good.
watched
It's
it
like
yet.
a mix of ER. So it's got Noah Wiley, who was on ER back in the day. So he plays an attending in an ER in Pittsburgh. And it's that meets 24. So every episode is 1 hour of this shift in the ER.
Oh, okay.
And within that show, they have...
And does like so much shit happen that you're just like,
yes,
there's no way possible this could be just only 1 hour?
Well,
one
day. One day.
Well, but that was my whole thing with,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, because that was my whole thing with 24, was like, it's like,
Yeah.
this guy had the craziest fucking day ever.
Yes.
At least with this,
That's
it's
it.
all
Yes.
within the confines of a hospital. With 24, it's like he's getting around Los Angeles and doing all this shit and everything, and he's hitting no traffic, and he can make it here. I mean, shit, 1 hour or one episode alone would be him commuting from one location to another if it were reality. But, it's like...
No, this all happens in the ER, but it's enough trauma and death and life experience happening, and it's not even a 24-hour shift. It's like 16 hours.
Yeah.
It was very entertaining, but one of the... things that comes up in the show is there's 2 or 3 like residents, new people to the ER, and it's like their first day, so they're learning all the ropes and stuff. And one person's very good with people, so the attending says, "Hey, you should consider joining the street crew or something is what they call it," and that's what they do. They go out into the community and provide that. Isn't it sad though that we have a healthcare system where that's the only way some people get healthcare?
There's a lot of things wrong with our healthcare system, quite frankly, but that's a whole episode. That's a whole episode. I don't know. I've had my issues with United Healthcare so far this year. With
not quite United.
It's a fucking pain in my ass, is what it is. And I actually told that so I called United because I had a few questions about my coverage, and I got the guy on the phone, and he answered my questions. And then he's like, before I let you go, you've been with us for blah, blah, blah. He's like, how would you rate your service? And I said, well, to be completely honest, I said, I've used you more this year than I have any other year because, you know, I finally got a PCP and did all this other kind of shit and everything. And I said, I'm not going to lie. You guys fucking suck. And he was like, excuse me? I said, no, you fucking suck. And this is why. And I laid out all my issues, how, you know, it's like I go in their app and get a recommendation for a doctor that way. And then I go to the doctor and I have one visit. And then all of a sudden I'm getting an email or a letter from them saying, oh, that doctor's not in your network. And it's like, then why the fuck did you recommend him to me? It's like I wouldn't have gone to that guy if you wouldn't have recommended him to. And this and that one. And then I go to another doctor and also recommended from them. And then I get a letter from him saying, oh, he's not in your network. So I bring that letter to the doctor and I'm like, look, I have this letter that says that you're not in my network. And they're like, no, you're totally we're totally in your network because we use United for our employee health care here. And we're associated with this other group. And, you know, the other group is what's in network, and it's not. So then finally, after 3 visits to them, then I get a note from United saying like, oh, good news, this doctor is in your network. And I'm like, well, fuck me, you know? So it's like, so if I would have left after I got that letter, I'd have been on another doctor, setting up another thing, starting from scratch again. And, oh, my God, it's just been round and round craziness. And so, no, I haven't been happy with him. And I told him, and he's like, you know, and the guy actually thanked me. He goes, you know, this is probably the most honest feedback I've gotten from somebody, so I appreciate you being straight with me. And I'm like, well, dude, it does you no good if I'm telling you that you're doing well, when in reality, I think you guys are sucking really bad.
Yeah.
You know, so anyway, for what it's worth, be honest when they ask for your opinion.
Y'all always get it from you.
Well, and I told him, I said, look, man, I'm going to be blunt, and I know it's not your fault.
Correct.
But I'm going to tell you how it is because you're asking, and it's the way it was. So, anyway. Yeah. Well, I guess it's that time when I mentioned that I'm on the socials. I'm on Instagram at The Cigar Pulpit. I'm on Facebook, where we have the Pulpit Parishioners group. You can get in on the fun over there, share whatever cigars you're smoking. And also that tends to be where I make announcements about the show. Like if, let's say, you know, for whatever reason, a show's going to be late or not going to happen, I make announcements there. Twitter/X. You can watch it on YouTube and Rumble. And if you use Spotify, I do Spotify video as well. And then I do need your calls for the Ask the Pulpit episode, so you can give us a call on the hotline at area code 863-874-0000. That's 863-874-0000. So how's your Deadwood Dominicano over there?
That's perfect.
Is it?
That's a good smoke.
Okay.
I would like you to pick some up for me next time. Next time you head across the river. Much appreciated. But you did give me some in this box, so.
I was going to say, there should be a couple left over, but yeah. So, it was a nice little sampler. I mean, they give you, like, I think one of a couple different sizes. So that's kind of nice. You get to try a few of them. But, I don't know. I'm digging the hell out of my JFR Lunatic Hombre Libre.
Are you sad that I mean, that's it?
I'm not it. I can buy another box.
But I mean, until you do.
Well, yeah, until I do.
There goes one of your daily smokes.
It's true. I'm going to have to get on that sooner rather than later. But, I'll make it work. I'll figure it out. It'll happen. And we'll get it going. And I'll order it from Two Guys and tack it onto my show pack.
There you go.
Because, that's where I got this box was there. And it worked out well. So.
Perfect.
Anyway. Well, thank you so much for taking time out.
It was good seeing you.
You too. I appreciate it. A few cigars. It's always nice.
God, you just can't be this weather, too. I mean,
No.
it's a whole vibe.
It is starting to cloud up a little bit, which does make me worried for my white guy concert tonight. But I don't think we're supposed to get rain, which I'd be fine if it were cloudy and a little breeze and the cool weather. I mean, I'd be happy with that. So, anyway. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. There it is. I'm Nick.
That's your girl, Pinky.
Everybody stay safe and stay smoky.
Visine.
Visine.
Visine is the most common way women kill men. They put eye drops in a drink.
Visine will kill somebody?
Yep.
How many damned? I thought it was just like saline or whatever. It's like,
No, it's very dangerous.
I had no idea. Huh.
You're welcome.
I mean, noted. I don't have any here.
I don't know what you're going to do with this information, but
Great.
that has come up in all these shows.
All right. Well, guys, if you have Visine in the house,
Keep it on lockdown.
Keep track of the levels. You
Yeah.
know, if it starts going rapidly, just be aware. I wonder if you taste it. Probably not.
No. And it's not something they routinely search for in toxicology reports.
Why not? If that's one of the most common things that kills people.
Yep. It's mostly like the person will die and it'll be attributed to some type of cardiac event.
Son of a bitch.
So if there's no reason for there to be suspicious circumstances, they will.
Yeah, so if you're a bigger guy like me, they're just going to be like, oh, he ate too many Big Macs.
There you go.
But in reality, it was fucking eye drops.
Visine. Who knew?
Man. I was just noticing that Waldorf and Statler have their chairs set up across the street.
Oh.
So there's an old guy that lives in that house,
Uh-huh.
and a buddy of his comes over, and it's just two old men just sitting there watching the world go by. And I don't know their names, so I call them Waldorf and Statler. The Muppets.
Oh,
the
yeah,
two old guys on the
okay,
Muppet Show
I didn't know
that
they had
sit up.
names.
Waldorf and Statler.
Okay. And that's them now.
I call them Waldorf and Statler.
That's what I want in life.
I
want to sit at the top of my driveway and just watch people go by.
I'm not sure. I'm not positive. I might be erroneously saying this. But every once in a while, when I walk out of my door, walk into the car and everything, I get the distinct skunky smell.
Oh, okay.
But it's not skunk.
Okay.
And so I'm wondering if Waldorf and Statler maybe have their medical card and they're sitting over there,
Well, you don't need a medical card in Illinois.
taking, curing the cataracts or something like that.
And solving the world's problems.
You never know. So good for them. So later, guys.